Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
Welcome everybody to Talladega Superspeedway. My name's Josh Hall, and we have qualifying underway. Sorry for the little bit of a late start here, as I did have a couple technical glitches going on as I was trying to get in here. But we are here getting ready for another battle at Talladega. Let's take a look real quick at our point standings from last week, or after last week, I should say, as Garrett Kinder is still at the top of the board with a huge lead over Tyler Gackey, Zach Wetstein, Jamie Barkas, and Mickey Isaac sitting back in fifth. He's tied with Spencer Gate for fifth. Then Josh Smith, Brandon Wallace, Charlie Feltz, and Charles Stevens round out your top 10 last week at Chicago. We saw Zach Wetstein get the win in the Colts truck, as it was the only thing that said Colts on it to actually get a win last week. Garrett Kinder comes in second, Aaron Adcock third, Jim McClendon and Chuck Feltz round out the top five. So we got qualifying underway. As I mentioned, we have about 3 minutes left in qualifying now. Let's see if we can see anybody out on the track. And we got Kyle Roberts out making his qualifying attempt right now. Let's see. Garrett Kinder says, "Hey Josh, looking forward to watching this one from my folks' house. Should be fun." Kinder's got a big enough lead right now where missing a race isn't going to hurt him too much. So Kinder, it's good to see you. Well, tuning in tonight. Hate to see you not on the track, but that's just one less person I'm going to watch wreck people tonight. So it's good to see you out there. I'm just playing around, Kinder. It's good to hear from you either way. Kyle Roberts goes to the top of the speed charts right now with a 56.02. Jeff Paisley currently in second with a 56.03. Todd Schott with a 56.05. So it's tight there at the top of the board. Our top five are separated by just 5/100ths of a second. See Mickey Isaac out on track right now. Christian Dedman also runs a 56.02. Moves him in the second position. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting's live coverage of the Original Rebels Truck Series here. Part of our Sunday night truck doubleheader. This is the Sunday night trucks brought to you by Whole Air Conditioning and Sheet Metal. See Mickey Isaac coming across the line here. And if you didn't join us for the first one here at Talladega, it's a little bit different shape than you see most tri-oval tracks being, as the start-finish line is actually just past the tri-oval here. So you see the red stripe there. That is the start-finish line. Just past the tri-oval, we saw an exciting finish coming through the tri-oval for the win in the last race, where Jerry Baralt got the win, and Steve McDonald comes from the very last car on the lead lap, restarting in 10th to come back and come home in second. So that start-finish line being past the tri-oval led for some interesting racing earlier tonight, and hopefully it leads to another exciting finish, as we got about 15 seconds in qualifying before we drop the green flag. And qualifying is over. Looks like a lot of drivers not able to turn a lap here. Let's see if we can get our starting grid up here tonight. On your pole sitter tonight, it's going to be that 35 Kyle Roberts. It's one of them that Matt Geist said earlier before the first race that was going to be a one to watch here tonight. Outside of him, the three of Christian the Coach Dedman. Second row, we're going to find Jeff Paisley in the 7 with Todd Schott to his outside. in what to be the double zero tonight. Third row, Jamie Barkas in the 15 with Patrick Drabick, a couple teammates sitting in the third row. Zach Wedstein and the series sponsor Ken Farmer will be rolling off in the fourth row, with Brandon Wallace and Mickey Isaac rounding out row number 5. Row 6, you're going to find Jim McClendon and the 98 of Sam Wedstein. Starting back in 13th is the 11 of Gary Wright and the 9 of Mike Veith. Brent Grunwald in the 5, he'll be rolling off 15th with Tyler Gackey in the 16th spot in the 16 truck. Tyler Rice in the 6 will be rolling off 17th with Josh Smith in the 47. In 18th, Logan the Fish Sturgeon, he'll be rolling off 19th with Aaron Adcock to the outside of row number 10. Chuck Pegleg Feltz will be rolling off 21st with Charles Stevens Jr. in 22nd. Josh Lokenvitz, 23rd. Jason Lotridge in the 24th spot. 25th belongs to Alex Veith. Then Spencer Gay, Charlie Elmore, and Charles Gates Jr. round out the rest of the field. So we're getting ready for 60 exciting laps here from Talladega Superspeedway. A few drivers missing tonight. As we know, Garrett Kidner sitting at home watching from home. I don't see Griff taking the grid as well, so a couple drivers I was expecting to see in here tonight. As the pace car is rolling and the trucks get rolling on track. Message from Mama Ellingson says, "Let's go, Pat and Jamie." Two teammates sitting there in the third row. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe here on Intensity Broadcasting. Good size field here tonight, 28 trucks strong, as we do have a couple trucks on pit road. Zach Wedstein not gridding here, not making the grid. And he will be starting with that Colts truck again from the pits. As we see the field rolling through turns 3 and 4. With Kyle Roberts on the pole, he's going to lead him down to the starting line. He's going to have Jeff Paisley right behind him. Christian the Coach Dedman's going to have Todd Schott right behind him. So we're going to see who's get the best push here from the start. As the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Kevin Kinder says, "Hi, Kevin. Good to see you." Kyle Roberts leads him down to the start line. Christian, the Coach Zedman, laying way back here on the start. Now he's going to pull right up along Kyle here as they get down to the starting zone, which is just past the sign that says this is Talladega. So right now they're in the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Talladega, and a huge jump for Kyle Roberts and Jeff Paisley, as the 15 of Jamie Barkas is already pushing Jeff Paisley here in the turn number 2, as the whole field tries to work their way down to the bottom line, and they're going to do it. Now Jamie Barkas is going to move up to the top line in front of Todd Schott. As they come off of turn number 2, and the trucks are just starting to get up to speed. Again, we won't see these trucks at full speed until probably the next time they go down the backstretch. Right now, Kyle Roberts leading that bottom line. He's got Jeff Paisley giving him the business as they come off a turn number 4, down the little short chute to the tri-oval. And who's going to lead the first lap? Jamie Barkus is just barely going to get the lead there, coming off through the trioval to lead the first lap. Kyle Roberts fighting back on the bottom side with Jeff Paisley doing the big shove there. Now Barkus jumps up to the high side. Sorry, Jamie Barkus was up on the high side. He's continuing to be pushed by Todd Schott. Now Paisley really starting to give Kyle Roberts that big push on that low line to try to get that bottom lane working. And right now, that top lane seems to have the momentum. They look like that's where the energy is going to be, as they have the trucks that are lined up the best. So we take a look here from our little drone cam. You can see that top lane is really the one that's forming up the best right now. You see that big gap between Coach Dedman and the 99 of Brandon Wallace, and actually a big gap there between Ken Farmer and Patrick Drabick too, but it looks like Farmer's starting to pull up onto the back of the 07, and Dedman has a little blink there. And that's allowing that top lane to get a little better formed up, although here comes the bottom lane fighting back as they come off of turn number 4. And unlike we saw in the first race, right now the whole field is still together as one cohesive group, as opposed to having a couple little groups throughout the field. And now we're starting to see two specific groups, as that second group is single file. And they're starting to fall off the big group right now. For some reason, these trucks tend to run a little bit faster when they're side by side than they do when they're single file. So we're noticing that right now. One truck up in that third lane, trying to get something working. Who is that up there? That looks like that is the 48 of Jason Lottridge up on that third lane. As Josh Lokenvitz already up 9 positions, trying to make his way up to the front. Josh Lokenvitz won the Superspeedway King title over the summer in the off season, and you're starting to see why, as he's starting to make that third lane really work. He's got the 23 of Aaron Adcock right behind him, and the Baxter, Iowa native trying to get that third lane working up there to get himself up to the front. Now we got 3 cars up on that third lane, and they're continuing their march forward. Oh, looked like the 07 of Patrick Drabick thought about going up to that third lane, but was not able to make that happen. So now they're still 3 by 3 by 3 as they come into turn number 3. And Lokovitz is slowly but methodically making his way up to the front, as he's now side by side with the second row. And Aaron Adcock giving him the business, trying to make his way up to the front. Oh, almost some contact. Aaron Adcock up in the wall. We got one going around. There goes Patrick. I'm sorry, let's see. 07 of, man, big wreck in the back. Caution is out. As the 07 of Patrick Drabick, who had some big issues upside down, and that's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind, as we take a look to see exactly what happened there. As it looked like it started with Aaron Adcock getting turned. Let's see if we can see what happened here. We'll find Aaron Adcock in the 23. Bear with me while I get the best view I can for this. Here we go. We're going to bring it back here, and we see Aaron Adcock pushing Josh Lokenvitz and gets a little loose there. Comes down into, I believe that's Todd Schott. It is Todd Schott. You see Charlie Elmore get jacked up from behind. There goes the 07 of Patrick Drabick, who gets hit by Sam Wetstein, gets up in the air, goes over the roof of Ken Farmer, riding on the roof of Sam Wetstein. See the 11 coming through of Gary Wright, able to avoid, but Drabick takes the wild ride down through the infield. See the 18 of Jim McClendon caught up in that as well. Looks like Spencer Gay. One driver who was able to get through it, though, is the 4 of Zach Wetstein. So Zach, starting from the pits, actually worked out in his favor, as instead of being up there in the mix, he's able to avoid the big one here. Jamie Barkas is going to continue to lead. In the chat, Kevin Kinder, as we said hi. And Sherry Lund says, hey guys, good to see you, Sherry, joining us here. Unfortunately, Kinder's kicking back with his family tonight. And I'm not sure where Griff is tonight. But we're here for some exciting racing at Talladega. Again, if you didn't see the last one, we saw an exciting finish there at the end with a last corner pass, a pass through the tri-oval to get the win with Jamie Burrell. We'll have to see if we're going to see something similar tonight here. This Talladega does lend for some exciting finishes. So fortunately, we have shorter caution flags. How many yellows and outlaws, Kinder asked? I believe there was 4 with a green-white checker, if I remember correctly. It's a pretty good race, so have to see how this one goes out. The first one came out early, much like this one. Then we had a long green flag run. Almost had some green flag pit stops, but the caution came out just before that. And had a fantastic finish with a green-white checker. The lights on the pace car are off. Your leader, Jamie Barkas, he's going to choose the inside lane with Josh Lokenvitz to the outside. And Christian, the coach Dedman, rolling off in fourth with Kyle Roberts to his inside in third. So we know Kyle Roberts is a good super speedway racer. We'll have to see if he's able to push Jamie Barkas up to the lead. Then we also have the super speedway king himself, Josh Lokenvitz, starting in the outside lane. So my name is Kolb, says to Kinder there was four cautions, so I was right. Pretty good guess. Kinder, that's why I only drink when I announce with you in those special races like the Joe race there. That way I can remember things. That's right, there were a couple of wrecks that iRacing did not throw the yellow for. You know, Jonah, I just figured that out when I saw my name is Cole, but I was trying to figure out who that was. But that makes sense. I do appreciate the verification on who that was. But here we go. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn. Jamie Barkus is going to lead him back down to the restart zone with Josh Lokovitz to his outside. And green flag is back in the air. Barkus hits that loud pedal. And a great jump from Lokovitz on the outside as well, as Christian Dedman looks like he was trying to leave Lokovitz stuck on the high side. Looked like Christian was trying to get down to the bottom. And it looks like he's still trying to fight down to the bottom, but just not able to do it. As here comes Lottridge up to the third lane, and here comes the coach, jumps up there with Lottridge, and that's going to put Lokovitz in the sucker hole in the middle. But here comes Zach Wettstein in that Colts truck in that middle lane trying to make something happen, and Jason Lottridge is going to get stuck to the back here. So Jamie Barkus with Kyle Roberts and Brett Grunwald right behind him. Got that bottom lane working well as they come back into turns number 1. And Lokovitz giving a big shove with Christian Dedman now. Zach Wettstein also up into that third lane. Lottridge trying to get that third lane working, but not going to happen. They continue to be side by side here for the lead. Now that bottom lane's starting to get the energy coming again. Here comes Mickey Isaac down there behind Grunwald. And those 4 trucks on the bottom lined up are going to be much stronger than the 3 trucks that are kind of separated on the bottom lane. Now Dedman to the lead. The coach Dedman gets the shove from Lokovitz up to the lead. Lokovitz now dumped up there on the high side with Zach Wettstein giving him the push. Here comes Lottridge, though, along with Todd Schott in the 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. up there trying to make that top lane work, as Jamie Barkus now was trying to force a 3 wide, got into the coach kind of weird. And that's going to allow Lokovitz to get his way up to the front as Zach Wettstein now gets dumped up on that high lane. Now the 88 Charles Stevens Jr. starting to form that third lane up against the wall. He's got some help too, as we see Pegleg Feltz. And I believe that's Logan Sturgeon up there on that high side trying to make it work too. Logan Sturgeon, we know he's a bit of a super speedway racer. As they're up there trying to get that third lane working. You got Spencer Gay up there as well. And a few drivers that caught up in that first one, kind of hanging back at the back. Names like Aaron Adcock, Brandon Wallace, Talia Gacki, they're all hanging back at the back in case something was to happen. Here comes Lottridge back to the high side now. He sees that run the 88 was getting. He jumps up there. We'll leave Zach Wettstein and Todd Schott in the middle pretty much by themselves. Here comes, it's a 7 of Jeff Paisley try to help that middle lane up. But right now we got 5 deep on the high side. We're three wide, 5 lanes back now as they come off of turn number 2. And oh, Lokovic gets shoved down to the apron. He's going to fall all the way back. Oh, your turn. Latridge gets turned. Big wreck. Christian Deadman involved as well. Lokovic gets turned around. Tyler Gacky gets through it. Alex Veith misses another one. And Zach Wetstein's going to come out with the lead, but that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. See if we can figure out what happened to Latridge. It looks like a bad bump from the 88 machine. We'll get this chopper view again, as it's the one that shows the most here. And Latridge holding his line right there, gets pushed up the track just a little bit from the bump draft, not able to hold on to it. The 88 turns him around right down into Todd's shot. Jeff Paisley gets a little piece of it. And then Latridge comes down into Sam Wetstein. Sam involved in another one. There goes the 16. I'm sorry, the 15. Sam Wetstein, hard contact. Here comes the coach. Coach thought he was through. And then Barkus just comes right down into him. And then a little further back, we saw them continuing the pile through after that, as Mickey Isaac caught up in it. The 11 of Gary Wright able to get checked up in time to avoid it, and almost some more incidents after everything is said and done. Now we got the whole field down on pit road. Zach Wetstein leading them onto the pits. He's going to take fuel only and get back down and away. Now we'll see who else comes off of pit road. Here goes Chuck Feltz, Logan Surgeon, Spencer Gay, the 88 of Stevens Jr. There goes Jeff Paisley. Ken Farmer. Well, it looks like Josh Smith just barely beat out Kyle Roberts. Whoop. Sorry about that. I had something pop up on my screen I'd never seen before, so do apologize for the interface there. Brandon Wallace stays out. He's going to be your leader. Zach Wetstein having a little bit of a connection issue there. Blinking just a little bit, but looks like he's going to get that settled out under green. So Brandon Wallace did come in and pit on lap number 7. And then the whole field just came down on lap number 15. Let's check the chat real quick while we're under yellow. Kevin Kinder says, go get him, number 3. Stacy Passes Adcock says, tough break, Aaron, but keep working hard to get back to the front. And Amber says, Aaron, you got it, Bubba. Work your way back to the front, number 23. So Aaron Adcock already sitting back in. Here's Aaron on track here. Up into 18th, so he's starting to work his way back through the field. A lot of racing left, as we're not even to lap number 20 of the 60-lap event. So almost a third of the way through. As the lights on the pace car are off this time. And Brandon Wallace is going to take the inside lane. It's going to put Mickey Isaac to the outside. Zach Wetstein sitting in third and Pegleg in fourth. Zach trying to get that Colts truck back in victory lane tonight to show that something with a Colts logo can win. As he did last week. So as we come off of turn number 4, the pace car is getting ready to take that hard left turn on the pit road. For Brandon Wallace and Mickey Isaac. We'll be battling it out for the lead on the restart. Zach Wetstein and Chuck Pegleg Feltz in the second row. So they come down to the starting zone. Green flag is back in the air. Oh, not yet. There it is. Green flag is in the air. And a great jump for Zach there. Not a great jump for Pegleg, as he falls off the back bumper of Mickey Isaac quite a bit. That's going to allow Zach and Brandon Wallace to get hooked up. Now Pegleg's going to look down to the bottom and tuck down in front of Logan Sturgeon and leave Mickey Isaac there stuck on the high side all by himself. And with no help, that 0-1 is just going to fall like a rock as he gets the old freight train treatment back to the back of the field. See the 15 of Jamie Barkas now working that third lane, as he's got the momentum that Mickey Isaac just doesn't. Now Chuck and Logan Sturgeon move up into the second lane here. And Pegleg's going to try to make the battle here for the lead. He's got a great pusher in the 26 of Logan Sturgeon. As they rocket down the backstretch, got some 3 wide racing behind. Lottridge already back up into that third lane. And he leads Jamie Barkas up there, along with the 9 of Mike Veith. Pegleg momentarily to the front. Now Zach Wetstein's giving the big shove back to Brandon Wallace, and they're actually pulling away from Spencer Gay on that bottom lane. That's going to hurt that bottom lane, as Sturgeon's got some help from Mickey Isaac now back in that middle lane. And across the line, Brandon Wallace by just 0.01 second that time at the line. So they rocket off of turn number 2. That high lane starting to get the momentum. Lottridge again jumps up to that third lane. Nobody goes up there with him. He's able to tuck back down in line. Pegleg just has the nose advantage as they go into turn number 3. And Logan Sturgeon giving him the business all over that back bumper, trying to make him push forward to the front. Nick Veith says, "Let's go, Dad." As Pegleg with the huge shove off of the tri-oval here at the line. Pegleg's going to lead this one. He was almost clear, but Sturgeon was not able to get him clear of the 99. Now the 99 fights back on the bottom with Zach Wetstein giving the big shove. As the field's really starting to spread out this run. We saw last run the field really bunched together, 3 wide racing. Now it seems like everybody's got to calm down just a little bit. Now Peg Leg definitely has the lead here. Is he going to leave Sturgeon on the high side to take sole possession of the lead? No, he's going to stay up there on that high side and try to drag that 26 by as well. As they come through the tri-oval and across the line, Peg Leg again by just a nose over Brandon Wallace. And you can just see how much better that high lane is together. The energy is going to be coming from that lane, as Spencer Gay is about a half a truck length behind Zach Wetstein, where Mickey Isaac is right there on the back bumper of Logan Sturgeon. And that's what Mickey wants to do. He does not want to push Logan. He just wants to be right there on the back bumper, enough to give him that big shove by without actually touching him, using that big bubble of air that comes off the front of the car to move the front two trucks forward. This time, though, Zach Wetstein's got the big shove on the 99, and Brandon Wallace should be leading the lap this time. He does, but not by much. As we jump on board with Kyle Roberts here, and you can see what a traffic jam at 190 miles an hour looks like. 180 miles an hour. Not much that Kyle can do here. So you see trucks to his inside. Now that high lane's starting to get a little movement there. And you can see he runs right up on the back bumper of Lottridge, but just not able to get anything going. Chuck Feltz now solely in the lead as he left Logan Sturgeon to dry up on the high side. But Sturgeon getting the big push from Mickey Isaac now, trying to get himself back up to the front. Brandon Wallace with the huge shove on Chuck. Chuck working hard here, trying to get his first Rebels Truck Series win. As we're about 5 laps from halfway. Again, we saw in the last race, the fuel window is about 35 laps. Which means everybody that came in pit will have to come in with about 10 laps to go. Brandon Wallace out there, the only driver that hasn't pit yet, came in on lap number 7. And he jumps up to the high side now. Jonas says that's actually pretty smart. Now the lead truck on both lines are controlled by a Big Fish driver. Which they were, as Peg Leg is a part of the Big Fish team, and now Brandon Wallace jumps up there, who is not part of the Big Fish team. And if I was Brandon Wallace, he's doing the exact opposite of what I'd be doing, knowing that I pit 8 laps earlier than everybody else. I wouldn't want to be leading. I'd want to be laying in line and saving as much fuel as I can. Wallace's Reaper, yes. Reaper Racing up there at the front. And I've talked about it before. The driver that can really control this race right now is that 4 truck. As he's, you see Brandon Wallace retake the lead. And now Logan Sturgeon working that high side with Mickey Isaac to his back bumper. Jason Longridge, though, working his way back up to the front here after that incident. Sitting 3rd place in that 2nd row. Trying to get his way back up to the front. Not being as aggressive as he was earlier. Not up in that 3rd lane, but he's got Kyle Roberts behind him, which we know he's a strong super speedway racer. Had the pole tonight. Trying to get his way back up to the front. You'll see the 5 of Brett Brenwald back there. Ooh, Spencer Gate catches the apron, pushes up the track. Able to hold on to it. Now Mickey Isaac peeking out the nose. He must be getting hot because he's peeking the nose out, trying to get a little air to the front end of that truck to cool that motor. Now he's going to go right to the high side as Logan Sturgeon now takes over the lead. Just looking at the way the temperament of that 01 was, definitely getting hot there. He'd have to cool off that truck to keep the motor from expiring. Now that high lane as Mickey Isaac is getting passed on the high side by Jason Lotridge. Lotridge goes up there, nobody going up there to help him. We'll have to see how that works out for him, or if he gets freight trained here. As you see, he's going to have to tuck in behind the 5 of Brett Grenwald. As they come across the line here, Mickey Isaac now battling hard on that high side. He's got Kyle Roberts giving a big shove. Now Mickey Isaac is clear. He's going to drop down to the bottom. I'll leave Kyle Roberts there on the high side to get a push from Brett Grunwald and Jason Lotridge back to the front. Here comes Zach Wetstein coming back to the front. He got shuffled way back. Now he's back up on the high side, trying to get his way forward. And now Kyle Roberts to the lead. Is he going to leave Brett up there? Yes, he is, and he's going to fall down to the bottom here. And Jason Lotridge and Zach Wetstein are going to continue the conveyor belt up at the front. As Grunwald now led that last lap. So another lead change in the book. We are just past halfway here. We do hear some lap traffic that the leaders are coming up on. The 07 of Patrick Drabick. So you take a look at our track map. You see Patrick Drabick and Sam Westside. Actually, Sam just came on the pit road. So the 07 of Patrick Drabick, not too far. Oh, actually, he is. That was just Sam running by himself. I'm sorry. So Drabick is in the field here. Currently running a lap down. Kyle Roberts and Mickey Isaac lead here as Sturgeon jumps up in front of Zach Wetstein. He's going to try to bring that big fish machine up to the front. As Pegleg's now up on the back bumper of Zach Wetstein. And right behind Pegleg, you see a couple drivers, the Arcadian Motorsports drivers, Jeff Paisley, Brent Grunwald, and Ken Farmer. Those three teammates lined up here, trying to get their way up to the front. Oh, big move for Sturgeon there. Almost cut Kyle Roberts kind of close there. And able to get down in front and not cause an issue. Eddie Smith says he's got Brandon Wallace. Colton Hawkins says, let's go, Logan. You got this, bud. Jonah says he's Team Chuck tonight. As the field works their way off of turn number 2. Chuck Feltz now up on that high side, getting a big shove from Brett Grunwald. As those Acadia Motorsports guys are starting to get lined back up again. And a big run now for Chuck. He's getting a huge push from Grunwald. As they come through the tri-oval, Chuck's going to take the lead. He's going to be able to clear Logan Sturgeon. He's going to pull right down to the bottom to get back in front of his teammate. And you see Jason Lotridge again all by himself up on that third lane. So you see those three Arcadian Motorsports trucks all lined up. Now they're 3 wide in the third row back, 3 by 3, as Jeff Paisley makes an aggressive move there on his teammate to bring Ken Farmer along with him, as we see Brandon Wallace and Kyle Roberts coming down onto pit road. So that's going to mix things up a little bit, as we know Brandon Wallace was last on pit road on lap 7. So by my calculations, most of these guys will be coming onto pit road around lap number 43 or before, as the whole field stays out yet again. Chuck Pegleg Feltz continues the lead over Logan Sturgeon and Mickey Isaac. With the Acadian Motorsports trucks and Jason Lotridge working up on that high side. Kinder, Eddie, and Colbert, I can't repeat what you're saying. This stream is rated PG. Sturgeon now up to the middle. Mickey Isaac got around. Now Sturgeon trying to get back around. He's down on the apron. And he's going to fall way back. Now he's disappeared. And he's, looks like Sturgeon might be having some connection issues. As Jeff Paisley's going to get up to the lead. Here comes Feltz, though, back on the bottom side. The 3 Acadian Motorsports trucks are lined up and hooked up in the middle. Jason Lotridge again up there on the high side all by himself. Zach Wetstein's going to move up into the middle lane. Try to get a push here from Jeff Paisley to get himself up to the front. But Mickey Isaac and Pegleg Feltz working really well together right now. Zach Wetstein with a big run, but really no one helping him as Jeff Paisley was way off the back bumper there. That's going to allow Mickey Isaac and Feltz to catch back up to each other and have a good run off the corner. Can Paisley do anything here? Now Zach Wetstein noses ahead of Feltz as they come down the backstretch. Zach was almost clear. Now he is clear. Is he going to drop down to the bottom? No, now he's not clear anymore. Here comes Isaac and Feltz with the big run on the bottom side. Spencer Gay needs to get up there to try to help those two because that top line is really forming up, and that energy is going to come strong on the high side with Zach and those Acadian Motorsports trucks. And Logan Sturgeon's fallen back to 10th place after having a little connectivity issues, but he's working his way back now. Zach Wetstein's got those Acadia boys behind him. And again, Spencer Gay just almost a little timid to get up there and try to help out. He's fallen way behind Pegleg and Mickey Isaac there. Oh, a little wiggle out of Pegleg as well as they come into the tri-oval. That's going to allow Zach Wetstein to get the momentum back on the high side with Jeff Paisley giving the big shove. And now Ken Farmer falling back a little bit, not staying on the back bumper of Jeff Paisley. So it almost looks like that third truck in line's getting a little timid, having issues staying up there with the rest of the field. As they work their way down the backstretch, we have 19 and a half laps to go. And I imagine in the next few laps, we're going to start seeing people hit pit road as now Jeff Paisley takes Zach Wetstein 3 wide on the high side. His teammates are going to go with him. That's going to leave Zach down in the sucker hole. No, he's going to stick back down on the bottom line behind Mickey. That's going to help that bottom lane now. As Zach Wetstein's able to stay right there behind Mickey Isaac, and a bunch of trucks come on the pit road. We got Jamie Barkus, Josh Smith, Taylor Rice, Tyler Gackey, all on pit road. You can see at the bottom of the screen who's on pit road. Remember, when it's flashing pit, that means they're on their way to their pit stall. When it says solid pit, that means they're in their pit box. And once you see a time, that is the time it took for the pit service to be complete. That means they're rolling back out of their pit stall and back on the track. So Jamie Barkus with an 8.7, he took fuel only. Everyone else just took tires and fuel. That's really going to shake things up here a little bit. As that bottom lane now has become the dominant lane. And again, I think everybody's just kind of lining up right now, getting ready for pit stops. Trying not to make any mistakes. Maybe give up a little bit going into the pits here to make sure that they don't speed or blow by their pit stall. So they're coming up on some lap traffic here. Coming up quickly on the lap car, that's Tyler Rice. He's going to hop up to the high side here. And will we have any takers on the pit road this time? We will not. As we have 17 laps to go. And in the outlaw race, we were about to see green flag pit stops when the caution came out. We'll have to see what happens here as they're rocketing off of turn number 2. Jason Lottridge now leading that high line. Again with the Acadian Motorsports boys all lined up behind him, trying to get his way up to the front. Mickey Isaac giving a huge shove to the 75 of Chuck Pegleg Felts. And again, as they come by pit road, no takers on the pit road. Lottridge really making that high side come to life the last couple laps. He's almost up beside, he is beside Zach Wedstein for third. And now he's pulling up on Mickey Isaac for the second position. With a big shove from Jeff Paisley, Lottridge up alongside the 75, trying to take the lead as they go into turn number 3. Paisley falls back off the 48 just a little bit. He might have been getting a little hot from the look of it. Again, no takers on the pit road. So the question is, when are they going to come? And for those of you who were in the first race, I just want to verify the pit window is about, what, 35 laps or so? As Jonah says, Mickey's got a tow cable hooked up on that 75 truck. It looks like it, as he's been riding right there in the tire tracks of Felts for the last 10 or so laps. And now Felts gets out to a big lead here. They're starting to separate. I believe they're all coming to pit road, which they are. And it looks like everybody gets on the pit road pretty cleanly. And now it's just a fight to get back into your pit stall without running another truck off the track. We see Pegleg get to his stall. Now the question is, who's going to win the race off of pit road? This is going to be Grunwald. Zach Wedstein's going to come off third. We got one around. Grunwald spun onto the track. And we got a yellow flag, a big wreck on the front stretch. And that's going to bring out our wreckage rewind. Oh, it's not the Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind. I apologize. Looks like we've got the Griff wreckage rewind this time. So we take a look at what happened at Grunwald. As on hot tires, just spins the tires, hits the wall, locks it up on track. And then as he's trying to get spun back around, oof. The 15 comes piling in, nowheres to go, and that's a hard hit from a truck that was already damaged from earlier. The 15 of Jamie Barkas. Let's see if we can ride along here with Jamie to see what he saw and why he missed this here. Excuse me. He sees all these trucks coming off pit road and oh yeah, nothing he could do. Just absolutely nothing he could do as yeah. Was not expecting to see that truck sitting there in the middle of the track, and fortunately for him, whoop, I apologize. My uh-oh. There we go. Sorry about that. A little technical glitch. We got to figure it out here. So that's going to give the lead to Ken Farmer, and a tough break for the 15 of Jamie Barkas and for Brett Grunwald. That's going to shake up the standings quite a bit, as Ken Farmer is going to be your leader. Mickey Isaac's going to restart in second. Zach Wetstein in that Colts machine sitting in third. Jeff Paisley back in fourth. Jim McClendon. Haven't really talked about him much tonight. Give him the Mr. Irrelevant Award. Sitting back in fifth with Jason Lotridge in sixth. Pegleg Phelps sitting back in seventh. Charles Stevens Jr., Logan Sturgeon, and Spencer Gaben. So tough break for a few drivers here. A lot of discussion in the chat about what happened there. Tough break for the 15. Kinder says, I agree. Things just happen so fast, as you saw from the replay. And that's a tough situation. Sitting here in the booth or watching from home, it's really easy to say, why spin around? Why make that mistake? But we all know that when you're coming out of pits or you're sitting on track like that, you're looking at your F3 relative. And if you've got half the field coming off pit road, your relative just shows those guys coming off a pit road. You can't see that it's trucks that are on track that are coming at you at full song. So while Grunwald probably didn't need to spin it around to get back going, it's what he saw and what his F3 was saying, that he had room to do it. He didn't know those cars were coming, and unfortunately, tough break for everybody involved there. I like to play devil's advocate, and that's the way I see it there. But we're going to re-rack them, restack them, refire them here at Talladega with just 10 laps to go when they cross the stripe here. Ken Farmer is your leader with Mickey Isaac to the outside. Zach Wetstein and Jeff Paisley in that second row. And I think Ken Farmer with Zach behind, actually, looking at it, you've got two really good pushers in that second row. I wouldn't give the advantage to either one of those drivers right now. As we saw what Jeff Paisley could do earlier, we know what Zach can do with the push. We know Jason Lotridge is going to jump up to that third lane as soon as he can to try to make something happen. And can McClendon sneak something here? Squeak out a win or a podium? After we really haven't talked about him at all tonight. And all of a sudden he's running up in the top 5. As the pace car gets ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Ken Farmer's going to lead him back down to the restart zone. As they approach the restart zone, green flag's back in the air. And Lottridge, as I mentioned, gets a good jump and jumps up into that third lane. Not going to have anybody follow him, so he's going to tuck back down. As they're side by side for the lead, Ken Farmer and Mickey Isaac off of turn number 2. Zach Wetstein gets the back bumper of Farmer first, so that bottom lane is going to get that momentum going. But here comes Paisley back to the back bumper of Mickey Isaac to get that high lane working. They come into turn number 3. They're side by side, still not fully up to speed. Here comes Pegleg sitting back there right behind these groups of 3 here. And he's trying to figure out which lane is moving so he can make the move to try to get himself in victory lane. Jeff Paisley now to the high side, trying to make it 3 wide here as they cross the line. Just 8 laps to go. Sorry, just 9 laps to go. As Lottridge is going to follow Paisley up there. Here goes Mickey Isaac to the middle lane. Paisley's going to leave Lottridge alone. He's going to fall that down to the bottom. And now we got Chuck Pegleg Feltz getting pushed by Charles Stevens. Their teammates up there now. Paisley jumps back up in front. And Paisley's going to try to get the run here as they come through turns 3 and 4. But Farmer getting the big push from Zach Wetstein here. And again, McClendon moves himself up into the 3rd position. Here comes Paisley and Chuck on the high side with a big head of steam through the tri-oval. And again, Lottridge up there on that high side, but nobody's going there with him. Eight to go, which is an eternity here. As Paisley's getting a big push. Now Feltz down to the middle here, leaving Paisley up on the high side. Again, he's got his teammate, Charles Stevens, right there behind him. Here comes Sturgeon and Spencer Gay. There are 4 Big Fish Motorsports trucks lined up in the 2nd row. Can the Big Fish boys get Chuck the victory here tonight? As they've got a head of steam coming off through the tri-oval now. Zach Wetstein jumps up to the high side in front of Chuck, using that momentum from the Big Fish boys to get himself out in front of Ken Farmer. Not quite clear yet as they come off of turn number 2 and rocket down the backstretch. Pegleg giving a big push here to Wetstein. And oh, Farmer gets turned! Catches, wow. Pegleg gets plowed there from the side. Big wreck. Almost the entire field. Stevens goes flying backwards. Spencer Gay, all the Big Fish Motorsports boys involved. I think the only 2 trucks not involved, or 3 trucks not involved, are Zach Wetstein, Jim McClendon, and Logan Sturgeon. That's going to be another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. As we see what happens up here. Oh, it was a bad bump. We've seen it a couple times tonight. We're seeing it again here. So we'll take a look here from the chopper view. We see McClendon get to that right side bumper of Ken Farmer. Comes up, catches Chuck. You see the 88 involved as well. McClendon gets through pretty cleanly. Logan Sturgeon does get a little bit of damage there. You see Mickey Isaac diving down to the bottom along with, I think that's Kyle Roberts. Yep. See on the left side there, you see Christian Denman up on his roof as he catches the inside safer barrier. There's Josh Smith and Brandon Wallace making some contact. Oh, Feltz with a hard impact with the inside safer barrier. Spencer Gay, nowheres to go, gets caught up in it. You see the 88 flying backwards into Alex Veith. And just nothing that anybody could do there. So a tough break there. They crossed the line that time. We're going to have 5 laps to go, which means we're going to be setting up a green, white checker here. And something you'll only see here on the Original Rebels Racing League. Something that says Colts on it with a lead. So Zach Littstein is going to lead here with Jim McClendon in second. Logan Sturgeon, who does have a little bit of damage, but looks like it's not going to affect him too much. Mickey Isaac right behind. Kyle Roberts. Gary Wright sitting back in the 6th spot with Mike Veith up in 7th. Tyler Rice, Jason Lottridge, and Christian Dedman round out their top 10. We're going to take a look back through the field here. Let's take a look at the some of these trucks here. If you see, Coach Dedman's got quite a bit of damage to the right side of that truck. Tyler Gacky's truck looks pretty clean, so he should be all right. Logan Vitz, another very clean truck. Josh Smith with a new truck after that accident. Alex Veith also getting a new truck after that wreck. Patrick Drabick. Aaron Adcock still on pit road getting some damage fixed. Along with Pegleg. Pegleg with a lot of damage to that truck. Unfortunately, I think his night might be over. As you see the pace car just coming by the entrance of pit road. And that's going to put a lot of these trucks that are just involved in that a lap down. Yes, Jonah, I know that was a low blow. I had to make the Colts comment, though. I mean, it's the most positive airtime the Colts have had all season right here on Intensity Broadcasting. So let's see who we got. Oh, what's happened to McClendon falling backwards here? McClendon. Let's ride along with that 18 to see if it's running or... Well, it sounds like it's running. It looks like he might have gotten an EOL for the accident. So he's going to go all the way to the end here. So they deemed that McClendon was the cause of the yellow, and they're going to give him the EOL. He's going to be restarting back in the 17th position. So a tough break there for McClendon. See, Pegleg back on track. He's got a clean truck. So he'll be racing for the Lucky Dog. Zach Wetstein's going to choose the inside. Mickey Isaac to the outside. Sturgeon's going to be pushing Zach here, so... we should see a good restart here between Zach and Logan. In the chat, they're saying Mikey V for the win. We'll have to see as we have just 3 laps to go when we cross the line. Zach Wetstein leads him back down to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing, and Gary Wright with a bad restart there, way off the back bumper of Mickey Isaac. That's not going to help Isaac at all, as he's going to tuck in behind Kyle Roberts here, and Isaac is going to get freight trained on that high side with no help. They come off of turn number 2. Zach Wetstein has got the help now. Kyle Roberts and Logan Surgeon to the high side. Here goes Mike Veith right behind Mickey Isaac. Mike trying to make something happen as Logan Surgeon's going to go up into the lead around Zach Wetstein. He's going to bring the 35 of Roberts right along with him. Oh, we got one around in the back. Mike Veith around in the back, and caution is going to be back out. Aaron Adcock avoiding that one right there, and it's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we see what happened to Mike Veith here. And oh man, tough break for Mike. As they're going through the corner, we see the 11 of Gary Wright catch the apron, come back up the track, up into the side of the 9. Mike's doing everything he can to stay off the 11. The 11 goes up about a lane and a half, catches the 9 truck. And, oh my goodness. Who was that just went and took the space shuttle ride there? That was the 6 of Tyler Rice. Going airborne and almost into the campers in the infield. Josh Lokovitz involved in that one as well, so his night's going to be done. And I believe our lucky dog is going to be the 69 of Spencer Gay. Nope, it's going to be the 88 of Charles Stevens Jr. Yep, there he goes. Getting that lucky dog. In the chat here, we're talking about the, well, first it was the Alabama space program with Tyler Rice, and then Garrett Kinder says another Okie into the space program above and beyond Mr. Rice. Matt Geist says Sturgeon and Roberts. Won't say I told y'all, but I told y'all. But there's a lot of racing left as we got a green-white checker about to come up. Logan Sturgeon, Kyle Roberts running 1-2. Zach Wetstein, Mickey Isaac in the second row. You know, one to watch out for. I'm not going to put my money on anybody here, but one to watch out for has been trying to make aggressive moves all race. Hasn't really had anybody to go with him. But I think with this restart, Jason Lotridge might be able to pull something out here on this green-white checker running back in 5th. He's going to be in a good position here in 5th place. Might be able to get something running and might get himself a victory here. If that was going to be my guess, I would say that's a pretty good place to be. Also, Tyler Gackey sitting back in 6th. Another one who's got a chance to make something happen here with these leaders who are going to be running real hard here at the end. So Logan Sturgeon's going to take the inside. Putting Kyle Roberts on the outside. Don't look now, but Pat is in 8th. That's true. Brabek is sitting back in 8th. After being a lap down most of the race. Aaron Adcock up into 9th position. Jim McClendon back into 10th after getting the EOL. Says we got this attempt at a green-white checker. I can guarantee one thing, the intensity will be pumped up here on this restart. Yeah, Kinder, who else are you going to curse in this this final run here? As we're getting ready for the restart. And again, don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the Extreme Racing League ARCA Series from Kentucky. Then our Tuesday night doubleheader, the last race of the SESRA Dirt Late Model Series, run by Jason Anderson, who runs E-Racing TV. They're going to have their season finale at Knoxville, followed by the Extreme Racing League Cup Series, Next Gen Cup Series, taking on Auto Club. Wednesday, you have the LNS Late Model Series, followed by the SCSRA Xfinity Series, their opening race at Daytona. Thursday, Thunderstruck. Friday, Xfinity with Original Rebels. Saturday, the Extended Cup Series. And always our Sunday night, a doubleheader right here on Intensity Broadcasting. Garrett Kinder says 16. He's second place in points. Lottridge, because he has no brakes, says Josh Oswald. Jonas says, don't put the evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Oh, man, we're coming back to the restart zone here. Logan Sturgeon hits that loud pedal. Green flags back in the air. Great jump from that bottom row as Zach Wetstein's all over the back bumper of Logan Sturgeon. But here comes Kyle Roberts with a big push from Mickey Isaac. And we got Tyler Gackey right there as well. Josh Smith. Four trucks on that top row, lined up nicely as they're coming down the backstretch. Logan Sturgeon's in trouble as Kyle Roberts has him clear. Mickey Isaac not quite there as they go into turn number 3. Kyle Roberts, gets some loose, gets down in front of Logan Sturgeon to take the lead as they come off of turn number 4. Mickey Isaac now up on the high side. He's got the 16, give him the big shove as they approach the tri-oval. Will they make it through the tri-oval before the yellow flag comes out? They will. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. And they're beating and banging. Zach Wetstein beating and banging with Mickey Isaac as they come down through the corner. Here goes Jason Lottridge. No, I'm sorry. That's the 18 of James McClendon up on the 3rd lane. Logan Sturgeon all over the back bumper of Kyle Roberts. And this is going to be trouble as those 2 trucks are getting a bit of a lead. Here comes Mickey Isaac and Zach Wetstein with a huge run on the outside. Isaac to the outside. Zach Wetstein. Jason Lottridge as well right there. I said Lottridge might be there right at the end. You see him working that high side, giving a big shove to Zach Wetstein and Mickey Isaac. You can't push the pusher. Here comes Isaac to the outside. Zach Wetstein to the 3rd lane. They're 3 wide down through the tri-oval. Here comes the 48 of Lottridge. Oh, they're around. They're spinning. Mickey Isaac is around. Kyle Roberts is going to be your winner. Logan Sturgeon comes up 2nd. Zach Wetstein 3rd. Jason Lottridge 4th. Charles Stevens 5th. But your winner tonight is the 35 of Kyle Roberts. And wow, what a finish. As they were 3 wide through the tri-oval at the end there. They were beating, banging. And man, Kyle Roberts gets that win. Incredible finish. Yeah, Josh Oswald, he didn't even have the paint job that said Kyle F. Roberts tonight, but he's able to come home with the victory. Matt Geis says, beep, I'm happy. Censor that, please. Party in Texas tonight, says Kinder. Kyle Roberts is burning it down on the front stretch before the very, very well known now. We've seen it every race now. The Rebels Demolition Derby celebration at the end. Let's take a look at our results. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Your winner tonight, Kyle F. Roberts. Hot tub party at Kyle's. All right. Logan Sturgeon comes home second. Zach Wedstein third. Jason Lottridge coming back to fourth. Charles Stevens Jr. finishes in fifth. Josh Smith, Jim McClendon, Gary Wright, Mickey Isaac, and Patrick Drabick round out your top 10. Tyler Gackey at 11th. Aaron Adcock 12th. Alex Veith comes home in 13th. Tyler Rice, Chuck Phelps, Spencer Gay, Brandon Wallace, and Josh Lokenvitz in 18th. 19th, you're going to find Mike Veith and Charlie Elmore in 20th. 21st, Christian the Coach Dedman. Jeff Paisley in 22nd. Ken Farmer, Jamie Barkus, Brett Grenwald, Sam Wedstein, Todd Schott, and Charlie Gates Jr. round out the field here. But it's all about your winner tonight, Kyle Roberts. Let's bring in our third place finisher tonight, Zach Wedstein. Let's see where he is, if he's in there. He is. Zach, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great job coming back to finish third tonight. A lot of beating and banging there coming to the end, and really awesome finish overall. I know it's not the win, but coming home with a top three at a restrictor plate track always feels like a win, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little disappointed because I was going to shoot the middle there on the last lap, and because if I didn't shoot the middle, I was going to get stuck on the inside. So went to the middle, and unfortunately just got pinched off by both lanes, it felt like, and thankfully didn't wreck, and thankfully was able to bring the truck back home third. But yeah, it's whenever you even make it through a race at Talladega, it's a win, but would have liked that real win.
For sure. And as I know during the green flag pit stops that yellow came out, looks like you had a pretty good pit stop and everybody came off pit road pretty well. I know one truck on hot tires spun it around. That's probably not what you were looking for. You probably wanted to see it go green to see how that would have ended up at the end, or were you kind of glad that caution came out when it did?
Honestly, it was pretty great because we didn't go a lap down, and the guys that stayed out while we pit had to come to pit road during the caution, so that moved us right back up to the front. So it worked out pretty well. I mean, it's unfortunate for whoever it happened to, but yeah, once we didn't go a lap down because it takes a lot to go lap down here if you have a group together. We knew that we were going to be back near the front or at in the lead, and it worked out that way, and that kind of helped us be up front there at the end to try to make a move to win it.
Yeah, it must also be nice that Kinder wasn't here in the race to help you cut into his points lead a little bit tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it'll mean much only having, I believe, one race to go, but any ground you can make up is nice. That's why winning tonight would have been nice to get those extra couple bonus points towards the playoffs, because it means a little less about the regular season now and more about, if he's not in the race, that's a chance if for me to win and him not, him not even being in the race. And yeah, it's just all about, like I said last week, all about the bonus points heading into the playoffs. And but it's whenever you can finish here at Talladega, especially top three, top five. Even if you don't get bonus points, it does kind of give you some momentum, makes you feel better about how everything's going, and maybe that can positively affect me going into next week's race at Michigan.
Yeah, and I know you wanted to get the win to see something with a Colts logo get a win. So, unfortunately, not getting that tonight. But anybody you want to thank? A shout out you got to give before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Whole heating and sheet metal, Ken Farmer, Thin Blue Line USA, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Southwest T-shirt design. Check them out on Facebook. Shappy Edits, Meal Racing Designs, Magic Mike Motorsports, Seth Griffith. He took over the league when Matt stepped down, so he's been doing a great job. Chuck Phelps, P&J Motorsports, E-Racing TV, you for broadcasting. Shout out to Kyle for winning the race tonight. And everybody that was in the race made it a good one. Shout out to my parents. And yeah, that's about it.
Also, we just had a message come across here. Garrett Kinder says, "Miss you too, Zach. Damn."
Yeah, I mean, it is a shame that he wasn't, out of any races that I would have loved for him not to miss, it would have been this one just because, we can work together at Talladega more than we can Michigan. But any race that Garrett Kinder isn't in kind of feels like a win, I guess, because, he's such a tough competitor. And each time he's in the race with you, you know that you're going to have to battle it out if you're going to try to win.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish. I'm sure that's going to make Kinder feel a little bit better, and you just stroked his ego just a little bit. So
Yeah, I have to let him, kind of get high on emotions so that I can take him down next week in Michigan.
well, there you go. Well, again, congratulations, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
So that was your second place finisher, or third place finisher, Zach Westside. Let's bring our second place finisher, Logan Sturgeon, in. Logan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Man, a great race tonight. You and those big fish boys had it lined up there for a little bit. And then the couple of them got taken out in that big wreck there. But you're able to come home second. I know it's not the win that you were hoping for, but it's got to feel good to get up there and finish in the top three here tonight.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime you come away with the podium at Talladega, it feels good. It's more luck based here, and I do feel really bad for my other teammates. I was the only big fish driver not to get killed in that big one. We were trying to push Chuck Phelps to his first win. That dude works his ass off every week, week in and week out. He puts in more laps than probably everybody in the league combined, and there's nobody more deserving of a win than him. So I was trying to push him to his win tonight, and unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But it's good that that I'm able to come home second.
Yeah, there was a lot of Chuck love in the chat tonight as Kinder and a couple other guys have been chatting up all night long with me. But man, the strategy tonight seemed to work in your favor, kind of getting up there to the front. Looked like at one point you kind of dropped back. You looked like you're having a connection issue or something, and you kind of fell back a few spots. Could you tell me what happened there, or was it just?
I don't know. I've never seen. I got a weird message, and the whole field just went away. And I got like an error, and it was like a 51 or 5501 error network disturbance or something like that. I've never gotten that before. I was as soon as I saw that, I was like, my computer's booting me out, and I came back and I'm inside somebody else's truck, so I dropped off the apron and just kind of got lined back up. I'm sure that that scared a lot of people, but I'm glad that it didn't cause a wreck, because I would have been pretty upset if something like that would have caused a wreck.
Yeah, for sure. And Matt Geis did call it and said that you were going to be up there at the front tonight, you and Kyle Roberts. So I got to give him some credit for that because he's asking me to. But I do have to say that as well. But what's this? Josh Oswald just said that Logan got dumped by a 12-year-old on the racetrack once. What's that all about?
So back in the summertime, Josh let me come out and drive his actual race car, and it's always been my dream to be behind the wheel. And so I was working. I think I was in sixth. I was working on the top five, and this little 12-year-old just instead of being patient, just runs into the back of my car going into turn one and just straight turned me. But I think he wrecked like two or three people that race. So But I'm not gonna badmouth him too much. But Josh likes to bring that up. But hey, I got to race. I got to live out my dream, so I'm still happy.
That's that's quite the story. I didn't realize Griff was only 12 years old. But congratulations on the win on the second tonight. Anybody you want to thank? Any shout you got to give before I let you go?
I got to give a shout out to Kyle Roberts, man, getting his first win. He actually jumped down into my chat. His entire team and my entire team got killed in that same wreck. So he jumped down and he was like, "We got to work together." So on that last restart, I cleared him and I told him, I said, "Man, let's just we take the white flag." I said, "Let's just race it out." And I thought about it. That would have given me my 7th Superspeedway win in this series. But I know Kyle, he's a good dude, so I wanted to push him. So shout outs to him. Shout outs to my big fish guys, Chuck, Charles Stevens, Spencer Gay. Like I said, I'm sorry guys. It just wasn't our night as a team, unfortunately. Shouts to you guys for putting it on. Yeah, and all the other ones that I'm forgetting because I never just remembered to read off the list. So shout outs to everybody that's a part of this league. That you guys make this the best league there is.
Well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. And again, congrats on the second. I'm sure as the season winds down, we'll be talking again soon.
Yep, thank you.
So that was Logan Sturgeon, your second place finisher. Let's bring in Kyle Roberts, your winner. Kyle, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, congratulations on the win. Starting from the pole, falling back quite a bit, getting caught up in an incident early in the race and getting yourself back up there to the front to get the win. It's got to feel good. And how'd you do it? I know Logan said he was working with you a little bit at the end there, but what was the strategy to get yourself back up there to the front?
Well, I was running with the Reaper guys, his big fish team, and then we were making our way up there. And in that last wreck, or the wreck before the last one, uh, his whole team got wiped out, and mine all got wiped out. So I jumped down in the channel with him, and I said, "Logan, let's work." He's like, "All right." Worked out.
Yeah, and during that green flag pit stop there, the yellow that came out there, was that what you were looking to see, or did that kind of
No.
hurt you a little bit, or were you kind of happy to see that yellow come out at the end of the green flag pit stop there?
Well, when we did that green flag pit stop, we knew that everybody else would have to pit too. So, and we went in. It's me and Brandon and Coach. We went in. Strategy played out just right, and come out. We were making our way back up there, and then the caution come out, and it just got us closer. I kind of it, it it worked out right because it put us back with the pack. You know, so I mean everything just worked perfect tonight for me. Not so much for the team or Logan's team, but it just kind of worked well.
Sometimes that's the product of super speedway racing.
Oh man,
I see here in the chat that I got going on with everybody. Garrett Kinder says, "Tell Kyle I'll be there in about an hour and a half. Get the hot tub ready." And it looks like there's going to be about 8 guys joining him. So I guess there's a big party at your house after this.
well if I can get here in an hour and a half, it'll be all right.
And I'm sure there'll be alcoholic beverages involved in that as well.
Absolutely.
Well, Kyle, before we let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give?
Yeah, the Kinder Farmer Ranch, Southwest T-shirts, Chappie Edits, all the great sponsors that we have. Smil Designs, Seth, Peg Leg, uh, you guys. I mean, just everybody that makes this the best league out there.
For sure. And with the win tonight, it's going to be a good points night for you. Hopefully, getting you up into that top 16 as we got one race before the playoffs start.
Yeah, and also Reaper Race and Big Fish, Logan for sure, and we have a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the win. And I'm sure as the season goes on, we'll be talking again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Well, there you have it. Your winner tonight, Kyle Roberts, getting the win, working with the other teams there to get himself up into the win here tonight. Of course, we got to give a shout out to Jason Lotridge tonight. Up there making things happen tonight, but he was also your Ray Cobb Hard Charger Award tonight. So good job to Jason for getting up there and getting that award. And awesome race overall. Just a handful of cautions, a lot of lead changes. I'm excited to go back and see how many lead changes there were, because I'm going to guess there was well over 20 for this race. And again, congratulations to Kyle Roberts with the win. And Logan Sturgeon, Zach Wetstein coming home top 3. Again, anytime you can come top 3 at a super speedway, it's always like a victory. And we appreciate you guys all joining us here tonight. Everybody who's still watching with us tonight, we do appreciate you coming out and spending your Sunday night with us here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe. Drop it in a comment, even if it's after the race. We still appreciate the comments. We like to know, that you like what you see, and we appreciate having some fun going back and forth here on the chat. And I look forward to doing it every week. And don't forget to join us tomorrow night as the Extreme Forces Monday Mayhem with Joe Wright and Dave Wright kicks off at 9:30. So check us out there for that. Again, congratulations to all our winners. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.